Good morning. It's March the 4th. We did have our big snowstorm, as you can probably tell by looking. And also it got a lot colder, so it's minus 21 Celsius with, get my glove on here, that would certainly help. A hard time. I must have messed up the lining last time I pulled it off, so it doesn't want to go on. Okay, well, not perfect, but gotta dig inside there. Anyway, sorry for the moving around there. I'm just walking over to the sound stage because I have to sign some checks for Sask Books Publishing Association. I'm on their board. And I said I'd do that this morning. Sorry. I didn't know I had one glove that was kind of screwed up. I haven't even left yet. Also, I'm using my old gimbal because I couldn't immediately find the new one. And I thought, well, I've been meaning to try the old one again and see if it still works. So here we go. All right, we're off now. I have shoveled my walk. Not everybody will have shoveled theirs, so there'll be some heavy snow along the way. I will go a little out of my way, I think, and go walk through the park a bit. Oh, it has been a while since I used this gimbal. It feels weird. Also, we'll see how the battery does in this cold. It's not, I mean, it's minus 21, it's not bitterly cold, but with the wind, it's minus 34, so I have bundled up properly for this walk. Pretty good snow clearing so far along here. Then after I sign checks, I'm going to go downtown and work. Probably won't live stream again after this initial walk. I really intended to go out yesterday while it was snowing, but the timing just didn't work. I had rehearsal in the morning for Beauty and the Beast, and in the afternoon, I had to get my podcast up. So although I didn't post a walk, I did post a new episode of the World Shapers podcast featuring Danielle Sobolski, who's very interesting. She's my first non-science fiction fantasy writer I've interviewed on the podcast. Although there is a pretty good connection because she's a medievalist. 5-minute medievalist, I think, is her handle for just about everything. 5 min. And she has a new book out called Chivalry and Courtesy, Medieval Manners for a Modern Age, which just what it sounds like. And a lot of her work has been on dispelling myths about the Middle Ages. So they weren't rude, crude, unsophisticated people, just like us. They wanted things to be nice and done in order and pleasant, so even a lot of our table manners actually come to us from medieval times, like don't put your elbows on the table, things like that. Actually, people have done pretty good on their snow clearing along here. The snowplows do the major streets. They probably won't, I don't know if they'll do anything down here because give us a week and the temperatures go above freezing and stay there for a long period anyway. Who knows? Maybe that's the real start of spring. Meteorological spring starts March 1st, so welcome to spring in Saskatchewan. But astronomical spring is March 21st, of course, so we're still 17 days away from the real start of spring, official start of spring. Will all the snow be gone by the start of spring? I would guess not, but hopefully, if the weather forecast holds, we've lost some of it, and it's at least more pleasant temperature-wise. I'm certainly ready for everything to melt and Pretty though it is. It certainly is pretty this morning. I don't know exactly how much snow we got. They were predicting 10 centimeters. Some places were supposed to get up to 40 centimeters, but we certainly didn't get anywhere close to that. I don't know if anybody did. Although I think Saskatoon had quite a bit more. Than we did. Somebody's waddling towards the end. All bundled up. So I'll let him have the sidewalk. It's easier walking over here anyway. And it hasn't been cleared. I have to cross up here at the light. The extra "ite" was because I took an unexpected step down. Eight. So there's the bridge. So why did I get a new gimbal and quit using this one? I thought that I was getting jerky video. So I'll be interested to see if that's true. Or if, in fact, I overreacted to something that had nothing to do with the gimbal. Which is entirely possible. So there's the bridge. There's the legislative building in the distance. This is Speaker's Corner over there. They've been doing something on it. It's got fencing around it. I don't know why. I don't know why those people are walking along here. That's odd. They seem confused. I think they were probably looking at the path I want to take and seeing that it's not cleared. Maybe what they were doing. I think it's been cleared. Or has it? Well, maybe it hasn't. Yeah, that's probably what they were doing. Well, let's go down by the lake then. It's probably clearer than this is. Also, chance to look at the lake. There's the the pumps for this sinkhole here looking very odd with all the snow on them. Now, it's possible the lakeshore has not been cleared either, but we'll find out in a minute. It looks very odd with the snow on it. I'm surprised there's just been people out here walking, actually. Walking around for no apparent reason. Unlike me, I have somewhere to go. There's the lake. Well, I don't think they've cleared the path at all. So I didn't really help myself by coming down here, except from the point of view of giving you a view of the lake. I do find the gimbal doesn't seem to stay in position as well as the newer one. That's a bit clearer here. If they cleared it part way through and then it blew in. Because of course when the wind's blowing, nothing to stop it on the lake. So I'm plenty warm enough. A lot of honking for some reason from somewhere. We'll go here and go up by the swimming pool. Not in use at the moment. And that'll take us probably we'll go behind college buildings and then come up to the sound stage, which is where this, at least this leg of the walk will end. Although I'll be doing more walking, as I said, I don't know if I'll live stream it later or not. I tend not to. It's a lot easier to walk not live streaming, of course. Actually quite pleasant if you're warm enough, if you're dressed warm enough, I mean. It's the gazebo. What is all that honking? Oh, I think the teachers are on strike. There might be a picket line somewhere that honking's in support. Doesn't surprise me. Just a guess. You look at the ledge across the vast expanse of frozen lake. Not that vast, it's a pretty small lake, but you know what I mean. Very pretty. Looks like a postcard. Spring in Saskatchewan. Meteorological spring. All right, we'll go up here, which has really had no clearing, so it's pretty heavy going. At least the snow is dry because of the cold, so it's very crunchy. It was not too hard to shovel. Every time I do it, I think this is the time I have a heart attack, but no, not yet. No chest pain or anything like that either, just it was a bit of hard work. Just climbing this little bit of hill in the snow is hard work. Yeah. Well, there's the playground. And beyond that, the pool, Wascana Pool. Looking off through the trees. Hear me breathing, I'm sure. Never been entirely sure why it's so much harder. I think it's having to catch yourself in so many different ways than on straight and level dry pavement. Because your feet are always slipping and sliding and you're having to adjust. That's the only reason I can figure why it makes you breathe so much harder. Walking in a bit of snow. Here's the front of the pool. Open soon, relatively. May probably, long weekend, the kind of a typical time to open summery things in Saskatchewan. Campgrounds and such. Rope closed. Oh, there's the wind. I think. Looks like they cleared this next bit of sidewalk out, which is nice. Oh, here comes the snowplow, in fact. And they've clearly been along here, because this is nice. So that's Dark Hall. Well, first of all, that's the credit union building, the new credit union building. That's the back of Dark Hall, which is where we'll be doing Beauty and the Beast in May, when there will be no snow, hopefully. It's not for sure, but hopefully. And in the back of the college building. And then we're going over one more. So I just have to decide. Maybe I'll walk in the front. It's more interesting than the back. I go between the two buildings here. do seem to be spending a lot more time adjusting this gimbal than I do on the newer one. I'll follow this nice cleared sidewalk. That makes sense. Yeah, and that's the credit union building. There's where we're headed, is that red brick one over there. Hasn't been too bad because I've been walking with the wind behind me. Hopefully it warms up a little before I walk home, because I can tell that's going to be with the wind in my face. It won't be for a while. They've nicely cleared all of these. There's the wind, amplified by this kind of tunnel between the two buildings. Oops, too far down there. I continue to try to keep it level. Yeah, that's the advantage of that other gimbal. It has a setting that keeps your horizon level. I hadn't realized how much I was relying on that. This college building, as I pointed out before, this all looks old, but it's a facade. It's actually all new, this wing of the building. Behind this is all new. But they kept the facade, which is good, because it's an important part of the streetscape here. Collegiate Gothic, they call that style. You got brick. Let's say Tyndallstone, but well, there's some Tyndallstone, but some of that's not Tyndallstone. Tyndallstone is easy to recognize because of the there's the wind. Because of the fossils in it, the fossil tracks. It's old seabed, and it has a kind of how would you call it? Wormy look, I guess. And sometimes you can see larger fossils in its shells and things like that. There's fossils in all these buildings if you look at the Tyndallstone. But the Tyndallstone, those aren't Tyndallstone window surrounds. There's something else, just concrete maybe. Okay, so our destination is dead ahead, but I can't walk dead ahead because somebody put a bunch of snow in the way. So, go to the sidewalk that way, I guess. Makes more sense than going that way. Oh, well it would, except they haven't cleared. They piled the snow here, right across the access to the nicely cleared sidewalk on the other side. Either I walk through the snow, which doesn't appeal, although somebody's done it. I think I'll go this way. Come back. Yeah, this gimbal is definitely not as nice as the new, more expensive one, so in a way, that makes me very happy. Oh, there I am. Hello. Makes me happy that I didn't waste the money on the new one. I just couldn't put my hands on it this morning. I put it down somewhere in the house, I think. I didn't find it immediately, so I decided to give this old one a shot. And it works in a pinch, but the other one has its own quirks, like a tendency to flip around and look at me if I hold it just wrong. Not sure what triggers that. Oh, finally, somebody says hello. Hi, Kirk in Vancouver. Or I hope it's warmer than it is here. Yeah, see, it didn't follow me around there. Like it should have. It's like it locks on, but I don't know why it would do that. I'm not using it in any connected to the phone sort of way. I don't think. It should be just a dumb controller. My legs are getting cold. I didn't wear long underwear. Regretting that a bit now. But I'm almost there. That's the sound stage. In front of us. Connects to the CBC building there. With this, section in the middle. Now, I can't go in on this side. I have to get around to the front, which means walking way up here, around the corner, then over there, I think. Come back. We're looking straight downtown now. That's the SAS Power building in the distance. And used to be twin, now there's 3 of them. Hill Tower. Well, at least I stretched this out a bit. It's going to be almost, well, it's 20 minutes. Okay, I didn't stretch it out that much. It'll be 25 instead of 15, which it probably would have been on a dry, sunny day. Warm day, I mean. With no snow. Yeah, the gimbal is definitely right to have the new one. So good to know. Okay, we go around the corner here. That's College Avenue in front of us. And then we get over here to the old I think it was the education building, like this teachers' normal college where they taught teachers. By the time I got here, it was where the theater department was, among other things. There was a theater in there. I remember going to see a show in there and to doing my one and only dance class, modern dance. I remember doing a little thing in here. Probably very embarrassing, but I'm not a dancer. I proved it by taking that course. I don't regret it. It was a little odd because it was like, I knew the teacher, but you know, I was fish out of water for sure. Okay, we'll go up the stairs. I'll turn around and take a look downtown. That'll be the end of this. At least they've cleared all this, so that's nice. Much like dark college building back this is all facade with a new building behind it. I think structural steel is still there, but that's about it. Except for this tower, it's still the old building. All right, we'll go up to the top of the steps. Turn around, give you a view downtown. And there you go. That's today's walk. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're warmer than I am. Bye for now.